What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Panthers Advice. Today, man, we're going to discuss Bryce Young and the Panthers and talk about why it's not as bad as it seems. Now, I know that sounds crazy to say, but Bryce Young struggled the first couple of drives. Then I saw a glimpse of the first preseason game, right, that he played. On top of that, the play calling, it was rough. Receivers weren't breaking when they're supposed to break, I believe. There's a lot that went on right here. With that being said, I just want to give you guys a couple notes before we jump into the film. But now it's time, man. Let's take a look at week one in that performance. So as we jump into the film, we've seen this before. A little jet sweep play action, bang, Matthews in motion. Bryce oversells Deontay Johnson. Now, let's take a look right here, right? They run the play action. Does Bryce drop back? No, right? He runs the play action. He's sitting there like a statue. I'm expecting a little drop back, right? A little drop back right here to allow him to step into the pocket to make that throw. Does he step into the throw? No, he doesn't step into the throw. What he's going to do is watch this back foot. He's going to turn this back foot as he throws it. Take a look right here. So watch that back foot. As he brings the ball up, he's turning that back foot. And that's why that ball is overthrown. I don't want to spend too much time on this play. 1,000 people have already broke it down. Let's jump to play number two. All right, now we're going to jump to the second play, and there's a lot to take away. First of all, Bryce Young, yes, he runs into Taylor. But let's talk about the personnel and the route concepts real quick. All right. Bottom of your screen, you're going to have Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews at the bottom of your screen. He's going to be on a curl route. Then you got Adam Thielen. Yes, Mr. Adam Thielen running about a 12 to 13-yard whip route on an RPO, okay? Then you got Mingo at the top of your screen right here, basically running an over route. Okay, I'm not a fan of any of this if I'm being honest. So take a look what happens right here. Ball snapped. They run the RPO. This DB is going to jump this, right? If Bryce Young goes down here, that's going to get jumped. The next thing to look at is Adam Thielen. He still has to travel another 5 or 6 yards just to get into a breaking position to cut back, right? Take a look what happens right here. We're going to let the play go for about 2 seconds. 1, 2. Hate to say it, but Adam Thielen hasn't even turned around yet, right? So what's Bryce Young's next option? That's Mingo. If Mingo goes here, this safety's picking that off. Now, where do I think Mingo potentially messed up at? Take a look right here. We're going to rewind it. So to determine Mingo's route, we have to look at this defender. If he goes in, Mingo has to keep this thing short. Now let's say he sits here. Mingo has to take it deep, right? He's got to get behind the backers right there. So take a look what happens. Ball snapped right there. Bang, they run the RPO. This defender shoots out here. Why is Mingo still taking this thing deep? Take a look what happens right here. He's taking that thing deep. Where is Bryce Young going to go? I don't understand what Mingo's doing right here. If that defender right here goes for Chuba, and he did, to me, Mingo's got to come short. Why would he go towards the safeties? I don't understand this because there's nobody else really going underneath, right? If Mingo's going to go towards the safeties like this, bang, usually you're trying to push somebody like Adam Thielen underneath. But Adam Thielen's not going underneath, right? He's going bang, bang on the whip route. You don't have time on an RPO. You don't have time. So this play I didn't understand. Not good from start to finish. Let's jump to play number 3. All right, now we're going to jump to play number 3. Take a look what happens right here. Deontay Johnson does his job perfectly on the mesh concept, and unfortunately, Bryce Young sells it. Why does that happen? Take a look. This is something we've talked about since last year. Bryce Young does not climb the pocket. He has no problem throwing off his back foot like this. He has no problem. Yes, there's pressure. The snap's not great. But you're going to see a 5-step drop that isn't the fastest. Never tries to climb. Never tries to climb. Dave's going to have to implement him on a 3-step drop and then stepping up into the pocket. His 5-step drop, he's perfectly okay just throwing up that back foot. Let's take a look at the next one. The next play we're going to look at right here, Bryce Young does a great job with this throw. 3-step drop and then bang, right? Take a look at this real quick. All right, ball snapped. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. He's letting that thing rip. Great read by him. What's he reading? He's reading the backer right here. He's going to drop back. Now, when he drops back, does he pick up XL or is he going to go for Adam Thielen, right? Let the play develop. 1, 2, 3. Backer sits with XL right there, which means over the top should be open as long as this DB stays with Deontay Johnson. And sure enough, he does. Bang. Good stuff by Bryce. Let's jump to the next one. So right here we got the empty backfield. Now there's a couple things to take away. All right, there's a couple things to take away. Let's run it back real quick. So the first thing I want to talk about on this play is how fast Bryce Young, he opens up his hips. Take a look right here. Ball snapped, 1-2, bang, his hips are open. Jump to the next thing to talk about on this play. I don't like how long he's staring at the outside receiver for. Take a look what happens. He's just staring at that outside receiver, waiting for something to happen. And who was that? That was Mingo. Mingo giving a double move, and I'm not sure why. He's still 7 yards away. I think Mingo has to take this thing up a little bit more, get the DB to bite, and then go upfield, right? That DB was still 7 yards away from you. He runs a great route. Take a look right here. Bang. He runs a good route. But because the DB was so far away, I mean, not so far away, right? 7 yards, but take a look. Mingo gets him to bite for a second. But the DB is still 5 yards away. So now the DB has time to recover. So now Bryce Young gets pressured and he has to roll out. Where is he going to go? There's really nowhere for him unless he were to throw it all the way across the field, which would be stupid. So with that being said, once again, a play with good and bad. Bryce Young, he opens up his hips. Mingo runs a great route, but unfortunately, he ran it too far away from the DB. The DB has time to recover, and look at that. The DB is on top of Mingo. Bryce Young has to scramble, and really there's nowhere to go. So it is what it is. Let's jump to the next one. Now we're going to jump to the next play right here. Bryce Young gets pressured immediately. Is anybody open? No. All right. Nobody's open. Nobody's open. Now, I will say this. I was wrong about Dave Canales not running deep passing concepts. However, our receivers don't look great running them. And I brought that up, and somebody hit me back with a bunch of stats. Bryce Young can't throw deep. Where's he going to go? I mean, where's he going to go? All right. So he gets pressured immediately on this play. All right. Chuba is going to be his lead blocker right here. And this is something where I think the running backs have to improve. Chuba's got to do a better job right here. Chuba's got to do a better job blocking that DB, allowing Bryce to get a few more yards. That was lazy effort, right? Look at the Saints. Look at what they did. Their pass protection, their running backs, they blocked the hell out of us. Our running backs, come on, man. We got to do better. Bryce Young gets a few yards on this play. I'm not mad. Let's jump to the next one. The next play we're going to look at right here, man, you're going to see the Saints. They're going to blitz 3, and they're going to get pressure. All right, now Bryce potentially had Adam Thielen open. But, man, this is ridiculous right here, all right? Take a look what happens. And I say ridiculous. I'll give Saints credit because they do a good job. They go into a cover 2 look. Panthers run really a perfect concept. They're going to take our guy right here, push him deep. If he goes deep and the linebacker goes with him, bang, go underneath. But look what the Saints did. They dropped their tackle back. Take a look. They drop him back right here. So if the Panthers run somebody underneath, he's going to play that. Take a look what happens right here. That tackle's playing that. By the time Bryce realizes that, it's too late. It's too late. So what's he do? Steps into the pocket a little bit, tries to make a play on the run. In all seriousness, I'm not mad at Bryce Young on this play. And I'm not mad at the offensive line. I actually thought they played pretty good, given how much they were on the field, right? You know, the Panthers, they did a good passing concept, but unfortunately, the Saints were more prepared. The next play we're going to look at was actually another one of my favorite throws from Bryce because he progressed through all of his reads. Take a look right here. He's going to look to the left, goes to the middle, then bang, comes back to the right. And look at that timing on this, all right? When he looks to the right, look at this. Deontay Johnson's breaking right there. DB is left in the dust. Bang, got him. This is something I think we're going to see more of against the Chargers. Not so much deep passing concepts, and I'm not sure why we did to begin with, other than we were down by 17-20-0, but I digress, right? I think Dave is going to start Bryce off slow, build up that connection because he didn't play him at all in preseason. It was just training camp, and training camp is different. There's no pressure. So with that being said, man, good stuff by Bryce. The blocking, I mean, look at that pocket he has, right? And look at this throw. Bang, got him. Let's keep it going. The next play we're going to look at right here, Bryce Young does a great job progressing through his reads. I'm not going to hype this up too much, right? Panthers were down by 30, 25, 35. I don't know at this point, right? Look at the Saints DB right here. He's 40 yards back, right? Look how far off they are. This is just a simple out route. So I'm trying to keep a level head here. What I like about this play, Bryce Young, once again, he opens up his hips. Now, if you look right here, you're going to see a little slow in that drop back. Something we saw a lot that rookie year where he's kind of slow, kind of walking back and then opens up his hips. Didn't see it as much this game, but you did see it time and time again. But for the most part, progressed to his reads. Good stuff right there. Let's jump to our next play. I think we have a couple more left. So right here is actually going to be our last play. And what did I just talk about with Bryce Young? What did I just talk about him doing? All right, let's run it back real quick so you guys can see. On that drop back watch, he's just going to walk back. He doesn't open up his hips. Come on, Bryce. Look at this. Look how slow he's just walking back. Walking back, walking back. Now, here's the problem for those of you who don't understand why this is a problem. The second there's pressure, take a look what happens to the footwork. Up, panic, panic, panic. And once again, we're just going to try and throw that thing, right? Try and just heave it, and it gets picked off. Let's talk about this real quick before we call it a wrap on the video. So what are my final thoughts on this video? I thought Bryce Young struggled the first couple drives. As the game went on, he got better. But then when he got too comfortable, we saw this. Right? This is what we saw. A little salsa dancing. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, that's what we saw from Bryce Young. So here's the problem now. Dave has to try and fix that footwork during the season. If Dave would have played him during the preseason games, Dave could have been like, okay, nope, we got to fix that. You got to fix this, this, and this. But no, Dave chose to just play him in training camp where Bryce Young knew he wasn't going to get hit. And so when you know you're not going to get hit, oh, I'm cocky, I'm confident all day long because no matter what I do, I'm not getting touched, right? I'm not getting touched. So, we'll see what happens. I don't want to say one thing or another. He looked better, but there's still work to do, and hopefully Dave can fix it, man. Stay tuned. More content coming soon.